Hi guys, welcome. At the front of the Ferrari, you can see the SF90XX that I was drifting in Italy. This mixed supercar. But today, the main character is this one, Ferrari's latest Benedetta. No wheels, no mixed only a large-scale V12 engine. This is a 6.5 dash-speed engine that can reach 9,500 RPM F140 engine. A new 12-speed model like this. His name is called 12-speed. Okay, Italian. I think it's called Cilindri. Okay, I need to remember the name. It's a 12-cylinder engine. Ferrari rarely used the number of cylinders to give the car a name, which usually mean. Last one was called F8 Tributo, which is a mid-range Ferrari with an 8-cylinder engine. Next one became a 296 V6. So will this be a masterpiece of the V12 Ferrari? I think we can wait and see, but in this era engine, and then this is the one that you can't miss. You can't miss a very classic 365 GTV element. In fact, the whole car from the front to the sidelines, I think they're all made to be like that 365 GTB. Very nice. Combined modernity, performance, technology, and this kind of historical honor. This is also something that a super luxury brand should be able to do. And then the front can be seen, the 4 seats, the upper part, right? Very simple. In the middle is made to be like a historical tribute. The light here, the day-to-day light gives some details, very beautiful. It feels like a very smooth big hole, a feeling of a kind of rotating watch like a human, very sharp. It's very powerful when you stretch out the lower part of the main light. Then the bottom is the large air intake, wind chiller, etc. Design that makes these performance. The entire chain is actually a unit of 3, 1, 2, 3, but inside it, the wind is actually divided into many ways. There are 7 different openings to give it, for example, brake or oil water, better heat dissipation. You can actually see here a very large winded inlet for brake cards. Then the engine compartment also needs to be shown to everyone. On 812, it is still in a standard state of opening forward. And then the 12-cylinder model has a more cool, more sculptural, artistic design that is reversed. And then you can see the engine is very close to the rear, behind the front. And then the naked tires look very original and wild. A lot of carbon fiber rims, including intake chambers, including the wheel arch. And then you can see the double fork. And the engine compartment also needs to be shown to you. In August 2nd, it is still in a standard state of opening forward. The 12-cylinder model has a more cool, more sculptural, artistic design that opens in the opposite direction. And then you can actually see the engine in a very rear position after the front axis. And then the naked tires look very original and wild. A lot of carbon fiber rims, including intake, including the wheel arch. And then you can see the double full suspension inside. To destroy the simplicity of the upper part, it's not like the one in the Treasure Island with all kinds of sharp gills and stuff, but on the side made very elegant, but at the same time. Look, these materials should be made of aluminum. This kind of rough aluminum feels like it's under the light, revealing its power, the feeling of fine-tuning, very good. And its function is to make these high-pressure gaps in the wheel. Quickly remove to reduce the force of the front axis to increase its pressure. Then talking about the material of the aluminum. This wheel is a wheel with a total aluminum alloy, 20 inches. The point is that it is removed from a whole aluminum shell. So it is in another state from this texture too. Strength of color of the double color is also very beautiful. The big card wallet, the 6-piston, and the brake of the Daytona. These are not no surprise. Let's continue. The depth of the line is still very simple, clean and large. This panel, through its size, through its structure, shows its kind of performance. Look at this dot, wow. The window is so much wider than the side of the door. The feeling of this wide body is very real. Then the top of the car is carbon fiber. The rear view mirror is carbon fiber, and the lower side skirt is carbon fiber. Very cool. Look at these sculptural textures of the muscles here. Very good, very good. The rear is also 21-inch wheels, tires of 315. The high-performance tires of the PSS5, okay? The rear, my favorite angle. Actually, look at the official material is from this angle, 45 degrees down, super cool, just for the honor of the 365 GTB. For this car belong to the past, belong to the present, belong to the future, the understanding of performance. Wow, this one is very beautiful, but this Planeta is with the Initiative Air Force. The two sides are like a triangle, one side at a time, and then at a speed of 60 to 300 kilometers per hour, you can turn it on and off in high and low pressure mode to help the owner get better corner stability and better performance. Why is it in the middle? Because it's a Planeta, so it will take care of more, for example, the convenience of going out. So it's going to be more simple to give the trunk a relatively larger space, but I think this space is no problem for a medium range trip. And then this pan Keonway's board is very beautiful. Below you can see the various configurations of this 12-cylinder car. You can show is very cool. If you go down, you can still see the beauty of Ferrari's performance. The carbon fiber structure, you can actually see it in the Roma cars. It's a bit like the rear of the racing car, single body shell protruding structure, but it's got this. Wow, it's very exaggerated. It's very much considered by the air-powered students. In other cars, you don't even look good in this. And Ferrari has a nice shape. At the same time, look at these functions. Look, here's the wind tunnel. Here's the wind tunnel. Maybe only Ferrari can do this kind of effect. Let's talk about performance. First of all, this car has just said that it is a V12 self-steering 6.5L high-speed engine, 9,500 RPM. Before that, I have experienced this machine on the 812 Superfast. The feeling that the machine gives me is that the speed to 9,500 RPM is completely another world. And its highest power, its 830 PS, is more than 9,000 RPM to release. He said to release the biggest torque of 678 Nm. So, this engine is very encouraging users to push it hard. It reaches the climax for this car. It reaches the new world of 9,500 RPM. So to be able to make this engine reach such a high speed, including such a performance, it also comes from the technology it took from the 812 Configurazioni, such as in the non-race version of the Balena Limited Edition. In addition, the 8-speed dual-wheel drive gearbox has been optimized in the suspension. It will also be equipped with engines. For example, in the 3rd and 4th gear, the engine will give different strategy of torque release. For example, in some gears, the torque release is very large in the low gear. Some of them are adjusted in the middle gear to match the suspension of the gearbox so that the owner can feel the very smooth. Engine power from the large displacement V12 engine has been very destructive. Force now is the domestic currency. The legal force has also done a lot of work to ensure that the standard of this kind of exhaust, whether it is before, for example, 296 GTB or Barry Company's only, can achieve such a sound wave, is also very looking forward to the standard, looking forward to the standard performance at the engine of 9,500 RPM 12 speed. And then in some performance parameters, 0100, 2.9 seconds, 02000 should be less than 7.9 seconds. In order to achieve this acceleration, the active air force behind this Veleta must be lowered after more than 300 kN to reduce the pressure and resistance to help this car to break its speed limit. Okay, let's take a look inside the car. First of all, whether you open the door or not, whether you enter the car or not, you will feel that Ferrari is now far more than just a super sports car, not a performance brand, but definitely a luxury brand. All the internal components, all the corners of your sight are very beautiful. If I remember correctly, this is the sound of the joint development with Berlin. Look at this super large sound panel that looks like a titanium color. It should be 50 speakers. Look at the top of the car. And it can reach 1,600 watts. And all the materials, these leather, sewing thread, carbon fiber, Alcantara, whether you look at the top, the middle, the bottom, or the back. Wow, these leather, these carbon fiber boards, they're great. And from 1999, it left a deep impression on me. The luggage rack and strap, I think it all carries the power of the past, the inheritance of the present, and the future. You can also see from, for example, Roma, the language design on the pearl-free channel, which is its dual storage language. I'm sitting at the main seat. This is my storage. I'm sitting at the side seat. You see, I have a separate storage, whether it's the vent or the seat. It's all in a state of being centered on me, and the 3 screens are connected. System of the car, the system of CarPlay, including the economy in front of us. You can also see the radar, which also gives more support driving functions to make this Planeta more comfortable. So come be the owner to go further, more cool and unforgettable. This car is definitely possible. Others such as this. I can see the switch of the Maneggio. Then he also co-produced many electronic systems. For example, there is ADAS, Evo. I feel super great on 296. No matter if you open the door or not, you will feel that Ferrari is not just a super sports car, not a performance car brand, but definitely a luxury car. All the materials inside, all the corners you look at are very beautiful. If I remember correctly, this is the sound of the Bollinger sound. Look at the roof, and it can reach 1,600 watts. And all the materials, these leather, sewing thread, carbon fiber, Alcantara, whether you look at the top, the middle, the bottom, or the back. Wow, these leather, these carbon fiber boards are great. And from the 599, it left a very deep impression on me, the luggage rack and strap. I think it all carries the power of the past, the inheritance of the present and the future. And then in the new 12-core model, you can also see it from language design on the Pearl 3 chairs is its dual storage language. I'm sitting at the main seat. This is my seat. Sitting at the passenger seat, you see, I have a separate. Whether it's the vent or the screen is all in a state of being centered on me, then 3 screens are connected. The car system is good. The CarPlay system is good, including the economy in front of us just now. You can also see the radar, then it also gives more auxiliary driving functions to make this Planeta more comfortable, to accompany the owner more handsome, cooler. more unforgettable to go far absolutely could do it others, such as this one. I can see the switch of the Monotino that he also co-produced a lot of electronic systems, for example. There is Avs Evo, I feel super great on 296. You can take a lot of brake to turn, and this car will automatically distribute the pressure of its brakes just so you can be like a pressure of its brakes, just so you can be like a pro, take the Suji brake and go faster. And then, for example, it has what Edith, and then, for example, it's slide corner control, for example. It's this one, the active rotation of the rear wheel, and so on. It's the current power of this car. It's a technology battle car, and if I remember correctly, because in 812 companies only, the angle of rotation of its rear wheels can be controlled separately. So in others, it's still just simply when you turn. The rear wheel he rear wheels, it's a completely different dimension. It brings you better daily driving and higher performance. In addition, I think the plastic panel of the Mercedes-Benz is also a reflection of the metal details of the wheel rim and the rear wheel arch. And this is also a traditional design of the H-dome gate shifter. It looks very beautiful. Look, even here, it feels like some empty elements are made into the car. It's the power of the law, the master. That's why we have the courage. That's why we have the ability to make such a design. So in the future, we will definitely have the opportunity to bring you this 12-cylinder car, like driving expression. Because the V12 self-sacrifice feeling that brought me the aura of August 2nd Companies Only, which gave you the feeling of the king, was really impressive. I believe that the large proportion of the feeling of that limited edition car will also be presented in the new 12-cylinder model. That's it for this video. Hope you will enjoy this video. Please hit the like and subscribe button, and also leave comment for you wanted to next car review. Thanks.